Hello. Good evening, everyone. And hi, Blake.
Hey, Scottie, that was a little different in the intro than I remember.
Well, if you subscribe and hit the notification bell and watch me more often, you would see that. That's what I think of that. All right, let's say some hellos. Wow, we still got a few more coming in. All right, we got the devil. Always wanting to know where's Tara. Now, Tara's not here, but the other day, Tara was here and Annette was not.
Figures.
We got Matt. Matt, there she is. We got Laura. Welcome. Actually, LJ's here is on my whiteboard. She just shared a yesterday, I think it was, a new video. She's almost done her fish room. So if
cool.
Mod could drop that link to the video from yesterday. She actually shared a couple of videos over the course of the last month, I guess it was, of the whole process, which is pretty awesome. I really like that. But she's got one rack up and going, and it's like immaculate. I don't have the time, skill, or attention span to do something like that. But definitely check out her video of that. Also, go over and subscribe to Latoya, Lake to Land and Elephants and Owls or whatever. She's got a full name there, Lake to Land. She's almost at 100 subs. And she is doing lives now. I think she has one maybe tomorrow morning. She's doing a live. And so that it might be a little early for some, especially me. But she's doing a morning tea with Latoya, I think it is, or something along those lines. All right, we got Sam is here. Welcome. Linda Worth is here. I'm sure her daughter will be right behind her. Fish Rumors here. Hi, Steve. Welcome. And don't forget to become a member, Blake. That is right. So I now have memberships. They are only 99 cents because I'm not going to give you much for being a member. I might do some special content like a pop-up here and there just for members. I can't do giveaways. But yeah, I'll figure something out. I'll probably use like the money from the memberships to do giveaways on the regular stream. Also, I do have the junior monetization or whatever it's called. I got the 500 subs and the 3,000 watch hours. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, moving up. Big. I'm famous. Autographs given at the Clash. The money for that is going to be going towards, or from that, is going towards stuff for my tanks to give you better content. And stuff that's, when I don't have a guest on and I use the other camera on the tanks, something better to look at. The first item is going to be a new CO2 regulator. I'm probably not going to put it on while I'm in the apartment. But once I buy a house, hopefully that happens soon, I do want to have not only more CO2 tanks, but better CO2 tanks. So, yeah, that's that. Mark Sterlson, good evening or morning. It's probably morning for you. Good morning. The Zen Ginger's here making dinner, but howdy. What are you making, Zen? And Gina's here. She's working and lurking. Don't forget Gina's work, Marine Solutions, is going to be a vendor at the Keystone Clash. Gina, what are you going to be bringing? Are you bringing any coral frags? I know you have the ability. I'm not sure if you have the transport ability, though. But you're probably going to be like one of two saltwater vendors that actually show up.
Just like it's going to be like last year?
Yep. So, we might have 3 this year, maybe. But some exciting news. A gentleman that's big in the saltwater hobby in this area is going to be stopping by on Saturday to see what we're all about because, I've been begging him to be a vendor, but he's just not confident there's the foot traffic and stuff. So he's going to show up on Saturday to see how big we really are, and is going to consider having the swap that he hosts at the Clash in 2024.
Oh, cool.
So that would be awesome. Yeah, so Gina, you're probably going to be the only salty person for all things considered. Matt, no, Scottie, you said you had company. Yep, he's right there. That is Blake. And Mark Sturlson gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Mark. I did notice, so yesterday whenever there were 10 gifted memberships, and none of them were utilized. But it looked like I did see that today Jennifer Weaver became a member. I don't know if she did that before I started the stream or how that worked, but welcome to membership, Jennifer. But maybe that's one of the ones that were gifted. I don't know. Nathan Hovey-Dovey, welcome. Feeding the fish room at the moment. That's nice. There's Vibes, welcome. And there's a Gooman. Hey, Scottie, and what's his name? The Goomans are in the process of trying to figure out what kind of fish they have. I found out today, so that they can start the registration process for the fish show at the Keystone Clash. And
that'll up the number by about 100.
What's that?
So that'll up the number by about 100.
Yeah, they're claiming 50 at least, and they're coming in strong from the west or some crap like that. Freaky Fish Lady, welcome. Cora Works, welcome. Good soup. Okay. Let's see here. Scrolling on down. We got all kinds of people. There's Emma. I knew Emma would be here. Hi, Emma. Welcome. There's your mother saying hello to you. Such a nice lady. And no, Cora, you do not get free admittance into the Clash for 99 cents for being a member of my channel. Not quite. Bob Mentals here. Welcome. All right. B Wizzles here. Welcome. Sorry, half lurking. Hi, Sam. Zen, I asked you a question. What's for dinner? Let's see here. There's LJ. I did say hi to LJ. It's buy shrimp minerals. I bought shrimp minerals. They're up there. I need to add some more though. There's Jenna. Welcome. Autograph from Scottie. That's me. Let's see here. Good grief. There's Mike B. Welcome. Blake, Mike B. and his wife are going to be playing music at the Clash for us.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Been trying to have that for quite some time. And they're going to bring some spare instruments for anyone that knows how to play instruments. That will not include me.
I was going to say, what if we don't know how to play instruments?
Yeah. They're going to bring a triangle, which I think you just...
Oh, I could mess up a triangle.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty hardcore with the triangle. All right. I'm making broccoli, chicken, and rice casserole. I like the chicken and rice part. All right. There's Diane. Welcome, Diane. Oh, look, it's Tara. Hi, Tara. Okay. What I need to do a saltwater shrimp only tank. I would like to know what I need to do a saltwater shrimp only tank. I always recommend Live Rock. I've had saltwater shrimp before years ago, and I would say you need a lot of Live Rock, live sand, don't overfeed, a light, and that's about it. I don't do much to my saltwater tank. Gina is bringing corals by request only. I don't plan on bringing a frag tank to sell to the general public. I'm definitely going to bring frags to stock one of the Pico tanks Shelby and Grant are bringing. Nice. Okay. That's pretty cool, though. Oh, there she is. All right, there's the devil. Are going to sell on their table. Okay, they're going to sell it on their table. Gotcha. Okay, scrolling on down. Stephen P's here. Larry D is here as well. Welcome. Pittsburgh auction coming on Sunday. I think I shared that on the ACLC page just a little bit ago. Zen's talking about dinner. Okay. Call me slow. Jeff Kane's here. Welcome. People are talking about sexy shrimp. LJ shrimp. Lots of people do sexy shrimp in the pico jars and such. I'm sure you could sweep the marine shrimp category if you can get Scottie to make one. We don't have a marine shrimp category, but we do have a marine category, and we do have a freshwater invert category. So I guess a sexy shrimp would be under the saltwater category, maybe. Cowbell. What is your wife talking about? A cowbell? Oh, the bell. The
instruments.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. You can't both play triangle. Someone has to be on the tambourine. That's the shaky thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's Lake to Land, Aquatics Plus. There we go. I was close. I said Lake to Land and elephants, but close enough. So again, go check out Latoya's channel there. She's almost at 100, and she's doing a pop-up, I think, tomorrow morning. Or it's not a pop-up, it's a scheduled stream. Who's playing the recorder? I played that when I was a little guy. Window Liquor number 5, welcome. Good grief. I'm not even through all the hellos yet. Okay. Sexy snails are better. Oh, lordy. Okay. Hey, look, it's Michael Butch.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
See, Blake shows up. We got all the people in here. All right. Mike, we're going to have a band at the Clash this year. All right. Yes, Tara. Thank you for pointing that out. Mike is here. All right. We have a cowbell, triangle, and tambourine. Oh, great. Thanks, Mike. There's a lot of mics in here. All right. I got to hurry up and get through my whiteboard so that Blake can tell us all of his stuff. Oh, there's Crypt Keeper. All right. Welcome. All right. Here we go. As a reminder, if you know of someone that is registered to come to the Clash, but they're not able to attend, or if you are that person, whatever, send me an email, admin@keystoneclash.com. It's on the bottom there. And let me know that you're not able to attend and who you would like to receive your goodie bag. We did already have one, Bunny Viper. Is not going to be able to make it, but she let us know who to give it to, and we will be sure to do that. We don't do refunds for the Clash, but we do still want to get you anything that we can from your money. So if that's the case, we know there's a few of you out there. Just let us know. It's not a problem. We will take care of it for you. Volunteers. We are still looking for volunteers. I was working on that today with Glenn. So there are still some things that we need help with, like selling raffle tickets, announcing the speakers, checking the badges at the door for like the speaker room to make sure that those that are registered are the ones that are coming in. So yeah, we do still need volunteers for sure. Also, Crypt Keeper's sister had to get married or some crap like that the weekend of the Clash. The nerve of her. We could still use some help with drivers for like transporting speakers and stuff like that. It's not looking as promising with the limo company. We just don't have enough interest at the same time. Like we have, that's on the index card. So like, for example, on Sunday leaving, they're spread out throughout the day. And then we have people leaving on Monday. But overall, we only have like 8 people that filled out the form. And actually, it's actually half of that because half of them are speakers that I entered in there. So we just don't have enough people to really coordinate it for a money savings. However, if you're flying in, still fill out that form. Even if we don't get the limo company, we will work with you to coordinate so that multiple people can take a Lyft at the same time or an Uber to still save you money. Jenna, Annette, and I were looking into that today, and a Lyft or Uber one way is $90 to $100 plus tip.
Ooh.
But if you share that with somebody, it drops the price in half. There are some Ubers and Lyfts that can take like or 5 people. So then you go from spending $100 to like $20 or $25. So we still want to help you to make this more affordable for you to come to the Clash. We want people to be able to afford to come to the Clash. And we'll do anything we can do to help you with that. So I sent out an email to everybody that wasn't local, that was registered. I didn't get any responses. So, we got a few people here, and we're going to do our best to coordinate it. Right as of right now, it doesn't look like we are going to be able to do it wasn't a limo, but it was like a Suburban and like a Lincoln Town car or some stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that, but we will still work to coordinate with everyone, Ubers and stuff like that. Crypt Keeper's going to be doing a couple runs, but he's got a little car, so I don't think he's going to be able to help too many people other than the speakers. But we will still, we'll still do what we can to help you. Okay. Also, we need some volunteers to help with like the fish show, for directing people which tanks to put their fish in, helping with the tallying up of the judging sheets to help Mike B and stuff like that. Also building the fish showroom and tearing it down, auction runners. We need all of that. Show registration. Show registration is live. It's $5 per entry. If you have any trouble with it, if you need help with it, I am off through Wednesday. I'm on vacation. So let me know. Reach out to me. You can go to fishfam.link to get my email. It's on the bottom here. You can look me up on social media, whatever. I don't care. Find me. I will help you if you need any help with that. As a reminder, that deadline to enter your fish or pictures or artwork, whatever, is not that far away. It is like a week away, maybe 2 weeks, somewhere around there. Okay. Because we don't do walk-ins and stuff like that. You got to be pre-registered for the fish show. We got to figure out all the fish tanks and everything, and get everything all set up. So please get your fish registered. Let me know if you need any help with that. The hotel. Our hotel block is sold out. It is completely sold out. In fact, we went over a little bit. But that's their issue, not ours. They let that happen. So not only did we fill up our hotel block, but some of us purchased hotel rooms before the block was even created as members of the hotel franchise or whatever. I don't know how I did it, but I did it and it was cheap. I liked it.
That's what I did too.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people did. So if you think about it, not only did we fill up our hotel block, which is a majority of that hotel, we got additional rooms beforehand, and they only have 10 rooms left in the entire hotel as of a week ago that were open. 10 hotel rooms overall, and that's not in our block. They're like expensive hotel rooms now. And I bet you that number is even less now. So basically, I would say probably 95 to 99% of that hotel is going to be Keystone Clash, which I think is freaking awesome. We still have 2 show classes that need to be sponsored. If we could get that done, that would be awesome. And thank you very much for that, because we are working on the program. The program is 95% done. And in the next week or 2, I'm going to be getting them printed. So Jenna's helped out with that. Thank you, Jenna. Amazing work, as always. It's an awesome program coming together. Great design. But we would like to be able to get those that do sponsorships recognized in there. So, like, if we can get those 2 last show classes done, and then also the Keystone Challenge Club Award still needs to be sponsored. So we would like to get that included. That's a big award. We would like to get that done as well. Fish tubers. The deadline for meeting your requirements was on the 1st. So if you did not meet the requirements by the 1st, when you arrive at the Clash, you are going to need to pay $25. If you met the requirements, you received an email with a link to book the YouTube lounge if you would like to do so. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to. You earned it. We lowered the requirement. We originally it was one promotion per month, and you had to tag the clash and stuff like that. We lowered it to 75% of that. As long as you made 75% of the requirement, we let you go, because we understand sometimes people might have stuff going on in life and they might not be able to stream over the course of a month or something like that. Stuff happens. We get it. So we lowered it down. Unfortunately, though, there were still some people that did not meet the requirement. We went through and looked. Even if you didn't tag us, we still did our best to look for it and find it. Vibes, you got a link, you met it. I'm pretty yeah. If you got the link, and yeah, you did, because you're on the schedule already. You're good, Vibes. So there's a few people that did not make it, that weren't even close, and so you're gonna have to pay the $25 upon arrival, or you don't have a registration at all. All right, that's Fish Tubers. What else do I got here? Oh, the numbers. Let's do the numbers real quick. This is exciting, and this is hot off the press. Just got the data today. We are up to 220 full registrations.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. On top of that, we have 19 single registrations, single day passes, for a total of 239 registered attendees. That number is one above our all-inclusive number from last year. Last year's all-inclusive number was 238. 187 of them were registered. And we have exceeded all of those numbers now. So our all-inclusive number is 302. So Laura just put, I ordered 300 stickers. Everyone come get stickers off me at the Clash. Laura, you better order a couple more. We have exceeded that number. So that's very exciting. The vendor room, none of those numbers have changed. We still have literally a couple spaces left. We have 43 vendors, 14 hobbyist swap tables, taking combined 75 spaces. So we have I think there's two. We got word that there might be a couple vendors that aren't going to make it, so we can sell their spaces if by chance they show up. We do have an extra spot we could put them if need be, but they've assured me they're not going to. So we still got a couple spots left, but I mean, that room is full. That room is really full. The only open space is really at the back, at the very back. What else do I got here? Show entries. Oh, I didn't update this number. I think we're at 60 show entries. However, I would be willing to bet that will triple by in the next 2 to 3 days. In between the Goomans, another person that puts in a lot of show entries just registered today. I got word from another person that's going to register a lot of fish. I got an email from him today. I still got to put mine in. Blake, you putting any fish in?
It depends if our tanks are at the store or they're still here by then.
All right, very good. Let's see. That is it for the Clash. Real quick, some other news for me, and then we'll switch it over to Blake here. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on stream with Crypt Keeper. He's got all kinds of stuff happening that he's going to be showing off. If for some reason something gets delayed with that, we'll do a stream tomorrow and Wednesday for Crypt Keeper. So be sure to check out his channel. I'm erasing as I go because I got so much on here. I never even knew what the tank was. I still don't know 100%. It's a Fluval all in one. It's approximately 8 by 10 by 10. It's got that built-in sump in the back of it.
Is it a spec?
And I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's a Fluval. That's all I know. It's a Fluval. It looks to be about 3 to 4 gallons. So I topped it off and noticed when I was doing that the pump must be clogged. So I got to figure out how to get that pump out of there so I can clean it. It might be clogged or something. There's a little bit of water moving through it, but not much. That or the thing's about to die. Which, if that's the case, then I'll just put a sponge filter in there and it's good as new, you know? The 20 high CO2 tank. During Wet Your Pants, I did a water change, and it was at least a 20% water. Yeah, 20? Yeah, something like that. It was a decent water change that I did, and I tried Myrtle's boiling water method because I did have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had like 6 specks of blackbeard algae in that tank. So I did the boiling water method. I learned a lot of lessons in this process here. Number one, the pot I used to boil the water is cheap as hell and made a burning smell, which sucks. Also, don't use a turkey baster to do it because when you pull the water, it's boiling water, it has to do with the pressure and all that crap, I guess. But if you suck up water in a turkey baster and pull it out, it freaking squirts like a horse that just won a race. And the boiling water goes everywhere. You burn your hand. It goes on the floor. You step on it, burn your toe. It was a disaster.
Jesus.
So don't recommend that method for it. So then I got a big syringe. That worked. A little spillage, but not as bad. I didn't lose any fingers that time. And so after I had the water drained, I squirted, and it worked. It turned like reddish, brownish right away, and it's gone. So it actually did work. Filled that.
That's a new one for me. I never heard that one.
So apparently you can't squirt your plants; it will kill the plant. But if it's on like the glass or the hose or anything like that, it works.
Interesting.
And there's less chances of me screwing that up like I did with the hydrogen peroxide. So that's a win as well. That tank's looking really good though. I got the 2 Florida flagfish in there. In between that, raising up my lights, I'm having some good luck with that tank. Very little algae, if any at all, and the plants are really coming back. So that's exciting. On top of that, I did like 3 top offs, and I got a couple more to do. The idea is to get the water quality really good right now, feed a lot of live foods, get the fish ready for the fish shows. Also, I got a culture of microworms from Grant, Crayfish Empire, and I finally set that up. They sat in there a couple of days. He sent me a substrate as well. I'm not sure what it is, but it seems to be pretty decent. I set that up, and I killed the one that Latoya sent me. So I'm going to give that a day or two and then take a scoop from that to put it in the other one so that I'll have 2 going as well. And then I'm waiting to hear back from the ferals because I need some more live foods that they're going to send me. And again, I really want to do a lot of live foods before the clash for the fish show. Okay, Blake. No, wait, hold on. I got to catch up in chat. Then it's your turn, Blake. Okay, at this rate, we're going to be going until 9 o'clock. Tara will kill me, though, if I keep Blake that long. Let's see here. Oh, God, there's a lot happening in chat, too. Good grief. Okay. Oh, God, I'm way back. Okay, here we go. Okay, I said that. There we go. Okay, here we go. We only have half a band. The music is going to mainly be people who want to play and jam out. If you guys just play some music, some relaxing music, it that's all that matters. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just having someone sitting there playing the guitar, and you add a little drums and other stuff like that. You guys are talented. You got this. Just having just an acoustical, isn't that what it's called when it's just the guitar? See, I know a little bit about music. All right, that would be nice. It would be really nice, I think. Laura got ghost bees today. Nice, nice. What time do we need to check in? Vibes, I would recommend Thursday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. is probably going to be your best bet, or Friday morning. But everybody arriving, the welcome registration table will be open Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. That's probably your best bet. But it will also be opening up at 9 a.m., I believe it is, Friday morning. And it's open through Saturday afternoon. Okay, can't wait to see them. Congrats, Laura. Fish Fan Link. 2 weeks, 3 days, 13 hours, and 47 minutes until the clash. Don't remind me. I'm not ready. Scottie Known is here. Welcome. Long Family Stroll is here. Welcome. So Annette's going to be driving the short bus instead. I don't know how I feel about Annette's driving, so I'm not sure about that. I'll tell you something that does annoy me, though. The hotel has a full-size passenger van and a minibus. It just sits there. I got excited the last time we were at the hotel because I saw the minibus had moved. I was like, "Oh, perfect! We can just get them to go get people and stuff like that." And they said, "Nope, we don't do that." Well, then why the hell do you have it?
That's what I was about to say. What do they use it for then?
I have no freaking clue.
That's what I would have thought, like a shuttle from the airport. That would make sense.
Maybe what's his name is living in it. The dude that never leaves.
Oh my God, Jose.
Yeah, Jose. Latoya's getting her Fish Fan Link badge. Nice. What's the YouTube Lounge? The YouTube Lounge is a streaming room where we'll have some technology set up. It's a nice quiet room. It has a table and a bunch of chairs, and those that are that receive the link can host a stream. They can do just do recording. They can do a live stream, whatever they want. You got to reserve the time though through the link that the YouTubers received. Those that are eligible. Now, let's say they're in there and someone that isn't eligible. So, like for example, I did not register as a fish tuber, but if let's say Vibes is streaming and invites me in, then of course I can go in there. But it's a perk for the fish tubers. The whole concept with the fish tubers is they advertise for the clash. We give them something in return. We give them access to the streaming room and a discounted price. All right. Is the minimum 500? Yes, 500 subs and one promotion per month. And that's it. Now, that's just to take advantage of that registration type. Again, you only have to have that to get the discounted registration, which it's all done now, but to get the discounted registration and to get access to that room. We're not saying that someone with 100 subs and 100 watch hours that they're still a fish tuber, but they just don't get to take advantage of that perk, that benefit. And yeah, thank you, Crypt Keeper. 239. Congratulations. Thank you, Vibes. Can't wait to meet everyone. Cheers. Lisa registered yet? She did not. I'm gonna message her and remind her. She's got so much going on. I'm sure she'll register fish, but she's kind of a busy person. Oh, there we go. The devil with the facts here. Update on the hotel. 2 premium king rooms, 4 standard queens and 2 premium queen rooms left. So that's 8. They're down to 8 now. And it has to be a 2-night booking minimum, not a single night room booking available. Okay. So it's getting less and less. Is that one of those all-in-ones? I stripped all the guts out of mine to make them shrimp tanks. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Okay. There's Keith. Also, everyone, shout out to Keith becoming a friend level sponsor, donating some airstones and weights so that setting up the fish room is going to go a lot easier at the Clash this year. We won't have the floating airstones and all that stuff, though. It will be tucked away. Thanks to Keith for that donation. And I believe his shout out went out tonight on all social media. So thank you. Please share that out. Food break and then back to the remodel. Have fun. No wigs tonight, I bet. Okay, scrolling on down. Gotta run and get a few things done. Thanks for the stream, Scottie and Blake. See you all around the tubes. Bye, Zen. Scuba Stevo's here. Welcome, Scuba Stevo. Scuba Stevo gave out some really good advice. I forget what stream it was I was watching, but he gave out some really good advice on fish shows and entering fish in and transporting them. Really good information. Looking forward to seeing his entries. All right. I will not sing. Not happening. You know what else I noticed? We have two. Not only do we have 2 mics in the stream, we have 2 mic Bs.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering when I first saw it said /Mike B or whatever. I'm like, the Butch one make a YouTube channel?
I just noticed that. Okay. Let's see here. You don't want to hear me scream, Mike. Exactly. New local Austin. Excited for the Clash. Yeah. You've heard of the director's couch, right? That is what the YouTube lounge is. Just use your imagination.
Christ.
I've never heard of that, but whatever. I'll take your word for it. And of course, shout out to Fish Fam Link for sponsoring that room. Okay. YouTube lounge is where people who crash the Clash sleep. Oh boy. All right. I have to work my booth. Yep. Hello and thank you for your time. I'm too small, so I became a vendor instead. And I'm very thankful for that. And Keith, you did qualify, and we emailed the link. Check your spam. Yes. And I paid lots of cash for it. That's a true story. If I get invited, you don't have to get invited. You got it. You can go in on your own. Thanks for donating to the Clash, Keith. Absolutely. I have a good video on bagging fish on my channel. That's really important. Check that out because you want your fish to live during the transport to the Clash, like if you're putting them in the show, and also for the auction. If your bag is leaking, if it's a Ziploc bag or anything like that, we are going to rebag it and we charge you for it. So bag your fish right. That's important. All of the paneling and subfloor is glued. Oh, that's just too much work right there. There's Maritza. Maritza is Mike B, not Mike Butchma, the other Mike B. His wife, who plays the drums and other bangy things.
That's cool, though. I'm excited to hear them.
Percussion. That's the word I'm looking for.
That was a big word, Scottie.
Thank you. Okay. Rico said he will sing if he gets enough rum in him, I bet. There's
the
Big Shrimpin'. Big Shrimpin', welcome. Okay. Garcia will sing too. Oh, Lordy. I'll sing a solo. Solo, you can't hear me. Fish air pump. Is there a spot to put buckets of fish and an air pump during the clash? Yes, your hotel room. That's what I do. No, seriously. I mean that is what
I
I
would.
I set up critter keepers and 5-gallon buckets in my hotel room.
I'd be afraid of anything else walking off.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yes, aquatic moose. Wait, which problem? I did announce. What was that? Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't even try because I like the solution, the recommendation. So my CO2 bubbler counter thingy, I can't get the top off of it, and I don't want to break it by putting too much force on it. So I'm just going to let it be. Let it be empty. It's fine until the tank is empty or until I move, whichever happens first. Thank you, Matt, for dropping the link for Keith's video. I watched a video of a guy showing how to set up your room at a fish show. Don't remember who, but was very informative. Could that have been Scott McLaughlin? King and Queen Cichlid? Sounds like something he would do.
I know he put one on transporting your fish there years ago. I can't remember if he did one for setting up your room. I know Pat Kelly put one out years ago. I don't even know if he still does a YouTube channel at all.
Okay. He's coming this year.
I think
Pat
so.
Kelly?
Yeah.
Is he going to be a vendor?
I know he usually does the ACLC swaps. I'm not sure if he set up at the Clash or not.
I think he emailed me today. Patrick Kelly.
Yeah.
Yes.
African cichlids mainly.
He's going to be a vendor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He's got some top quality stuff.
Yeah. All right. Before I get behind again, Blake, tell us your story.
All right. Well, since I was a kid, I mean, like most hobbyists, they always at some point think I'm going to open up an aquarium store, and it's just been a pipe dream for all this time. And back in, say, like February, March, April, I can't remember when, we went down to Super Cichlids to hang out with Martin and Lisa for the weekend. And I was talking to Lisa about it. I'm like, so just kind of give me like what all goes on into this. And we were talking and got back home, and there was a property that I really wanted right near my work. It was for sale. It used to be a pond store, but then they went out of business. All the ponds were still there. It was a pretty nice space. And at the time, we had no idea where to even start. And by the time we even got around to it, it sold. So we're like, forget it, whatever. So fast forward to the beginning of August. It was like end of July, beginning of August. A buddy of mine that I work with was talking to him, and he just happened to bring up there's this store in our town called Nerdtopia. It's like a nerdy hobby store, like Magic the Gathering, comic books, Dungeons and Dragons, all that kind of stuff. And he frequents the store, and he's like, well, the guy that owns his name's Dave, and his girlfriend's name's Steph. They actually own two businesses next to each other. He's like, well, they actually just moved into the mall, and their rent's like a third of what they're paying right now.
Wow.
And a little backstory on the mall for my town. Basically, these people owned it for years, jacked the rent way up, ran up all these businesses out. I mean, like 90% of the businesses. And over the 6-year period of them owning it, they didn't put any money back into it. The one building actually the one big store was a JCPenney. It caught on fire. They didn't repair it, so it all got moldy. And they just kept running all these businesses out. So last year, a new company took it over and started dumping a ton of money into this place. Then on top of that, once the mall was like good enough to start getting more people back in, they decided to make the rent really cheap. They wanted to make it more for small businesses. Nice. So I got word of that, and just kind of like for shits and giggles, me and Tara, like, why don't we just go check it out? We'll walk around. We haven't been to the mall in a couple years. We'll walk around, and don't get me wrong, it's not pretty in there at all. But we're seeing like more businesses pop up, and we got to talking to a security guard there, and we were asking, like, do you think this is worth it? And he goes, if you would have asked me about a month or two ago, I would have told you to turn around and run. He's like, but I have a lot of confidence in these guys. They're really doing a lot of work. He goes, I'd tell you if you're going to get in now before it gets popular again and the rent goes up.
Yeah.
scheduled a meeting, looked at a couple stores, and we settled on an old Aeropostale store. It's 4,333 square feet. It's a
Wow.
really nice condition inside the store. Rent was stupid cheap. And we looked at a couple more stores, and the one store was like, it was like half the size, and it was only like $500 cheaper. I was talking to Tara, I'm like, if we don't go for that big store, we're going to regret it, because I would rather get something that's bigger than what we need and grow into
Yeah.
it instead of just get what we need and then be stuck. So we went through all the process, getting the LLC, all the licensing. Super Cichlids has been a huge help in this. Martin's been, for a while there, I was talking to Martin Hober every day for a week or two.
Yeah.
Then we went down again when everybody else went down to Super Cichlids. Of course, we got there late, but we ended up going out to dinner with them, talking some more about it. But they've just been huge help for all this, walking me through the steps of certain things that I would have had no idea where to begin.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah,
Does it have an exterior door as well, or is it like in the center?
It's in the center. So our mall only ever had 4 or 5 anchor stores. They had a Dick's Sporting Goods that went out of business because the other people ran them out. The JCPenney burnt down. They didn't rebuild it. They just tore it all out. A Rural King went in, but they ended up they sold off that. They didn't even rent it. They just sold them that whole part of the building.
Wow.
And then we have a Burlington. And that's the only stores with exterior doors, minus a pizza place that has its own exterior door. But other than that, everybody else is in the mall. Yeah. So that's the one part I don't like, because we're limited to their hours. Like today's Labor Day, I was intending to go in there and work all weekend on it. Well, all the interior stores of the malls had to be closed.
Yeah.
So little stuff like that. And like if I would get like a shipment in like early in the morning, like sometimes you get fish shipments in like 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
I asked the guy, I'm like, well, if I get fish at 3:00 in the morning, can I get in to get them? No, can't do it. The whole mall's on its own alarm system. It's like, well, if we have like a water alarm on the floor, and like it starts like a tank leaks in the middle of the night, and I get this alert that this is leaking, can't do it. So that's two things. That's two reasons I'm really not a fan. But just not having the exterior entrance and not being able to get in. That's the biggest downside. But for as cheap as the rent is, as big as the place is, and the way that the mall's getting a lot of attention now, like people are starting to see it's come back. I think it's going to be worth it, even if we're not there permanently.
Yeah. Good start.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's probably a way, depending on how you're setting it up, like if you got sumps and stuff, that through Wi-Fi and stuff like that you could probably shut down pumps remotely.
Yeah, Martin, that's how Super Cichlids is. Martin can do all that crap from his phone. He can do all his water changes from his phone. He's super technologically savvy. I am not.
Me neither.
He showed me all this stuff. He's like, yeah, it ain't that hard. You put it this to this, and you go to this. I'm like, Martin, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. But
nice.
Hopefully we can figure something out.
Does it have water?
It does have water. It's got its own bathroom in there and everything. So nice. A buddy of mine, him and his dad have a plumbing company, HVAC, all that, and they all do commercial. So he's going to come in. I'm going to have him put in a carbon block so I don't have to treat all the tanks with dechlorinator and everything. Nice. I might have to install a tankless water heater to get that going. But the biggest thing I'm worried about is going to be for a drain. There's a floor drain in the bathroom, and there's a spot right in the middle of the store, and it's underneath like linoleum, but it's like a ring, and it looks like it was a floor drain at one point. So we're going to try to dig that out and see if we can reopen that if that's what it is. It looks like that's what it should be. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, is how to get these tanks to drain. Otherwise, the way it's all laid out is going to be perfect. Like, couldn't ask for a better store.
That's awesome. Now, what are you going to – so you're still working, she's still working. Are you going to start like weekends only at first, or –
whenever we get open, we're going to do so right now the mall's hours through the week are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I work till either 3 or 5, depending on the day and how busy and stuff. So we'll probably be open in like the evenings and then all day on the weekends. They're really trying. That's one little bit of pushback the manager's giving me. He's like, well, we really need you here the whole time. Like, well, you get your mall back in a better condition, then you can tell me what I can do. Yeah. But for the start, that's what we're going to do. Originally, I planned on having her quit her job first, because like we're both on my insurance anyway, and I make a little more. But she's like, look, like you hate your job, which I do. I hate my job. And she likes her job a lot. She's like, we can just see if we can get you on my insurance. And she said she wouldn't be as comfortable running the store herself anyway. I'm like, well, not going to say no to getting to quit my job at some point to hang out with Fish all day, but
She's a nice lady.
she's the best. There's no way I'd be able to do this without her. There's no way in hell. But I mean,
No.
you saw I even got her up on a scissor lift, and that girl is terrified of heights. That was crazy. That was crazy too. We've been into that store so many times in the last month, and just in and out of it. And all of a sudden, we got the key on Friday, and there's a scissor lift in there. What the hell? And the guy is he's the head of security. He's the one who's taking us through. Really nice guy. His name's Ken, and he's like, oh, if you want us to get this scissor lift out of your way, it's fine. We were just patching some stuff in the ceiling from old prior damage. And I'm like, no, we actually could use it. And he's like, you know how to drive one of them? I'm like, oh, yeah, I drive them at work. I've never driven a scissor lift. I just didn't want him to tell me I couldn't use it. But I've driven forklift. I figured it wasn't too different. And it wasn't hard to do. But after a while, Tara's looking at it because they had in a sports apparel place after it was Aeropostale. They were only in there for a little bit. But he had all these like words and stuff, like stickers all over the wall. We were trying to scrape them. And Tara got done all the stuff that she could reach. And I'm like, she's like, you want me to come up there and help you? I'm like, do you? So she got up and she even drove it a little bit and lowered it herself. I was impressed. But have you ever been on a scissor lift?
Yes, actually I have.
So the higher you go, the more like unstable it is and shaking back and forth. So, she did not know that.
At one of my previous jobs, I used a 65-foot genie.
Holy shit.
To put up like Christmas lights up on the building and stuff like that. And then
Tara would have died on that.
At the firehouse, we have a 95-foot tower ladder. Now, I will not climb that thing. Screw that shit. Not happening. But I'll go in the bucket and go up. That's perfectly fine. Because I'm tied in and got a barrier, a cage around me, Now, one thing that you can possibly consider now, I want to cut of the pie when, Grant gets rich off of this, but you can, Crayfish Empire provides to retailers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely.
Has a great line of products such as shrimp lollipops and snail pellets and cubes and all kinds of crap. Live foods and everything.
Yeah, I'll definitely be hitting him up then.
And he will be at the Clash as well. So last year we had his product, but we were just stuck with the devil. This year he's going to be there himself. Sean Tom wants to know, how long is the rental contract for?
It's only a year to year, but it's where like they don't like, because I asked, the first thing I asked is what happens when this mall's popular next year and you double or triple my rent now. They said the way this company's contracts are, basically you have to hit a certain amount. It's 10 times of your yearly rent, and once you hit that, they'll up your rent by 3% every year. So I figure that's not too bad of a deal. Right. I'll take that over coming in next year and be like, oh, now it's double. Now I can't afford to pay my bills. Right.
And Myrtle became a member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I don't know what this is a reference of. This is giving Michael Scott in the warehouse with the forklift vibes. I don't know what any of that means.
I think it's from The Office.
Oh, okay. Matt became a member. Thank you, sir. 99-cent memberships. Everyone join. Yes. When I get caught up, I'll be able to provide more, but hopefully that's soon. I think you are perfectly fine. Okay. Oh. Exactly. Oh, God. They were trimming trees in a bucket here and tipped over. That sucks.
Wow.
That really sucks. So, don't tell me this is going to be like an all cichlids store.
No. And it's funny because like I posted it on my page and I posted it there's a local page in my town. It's for like small businesses and events. Mm-hmm. And the main question I'm getting is, are you going to be saltwater too? And to start, no, we're not. It's going to be 342 freshwater tanks to start. And then there's actually, it's going to be big. But but then there's actually a back section. It used to be the dressing rooms when it was Aeropostale, but the last guy actually like separated it. He divided it. And then whenever we expand, we're going to eventually make that saltwater. Tara talks about going and doing some reptiles too. But then around the corner from that, it's a big all concrete area. And that's where we're going to do our quarantine area, maybe some breeding projects.
Nice. But that would be amazing if you can make it self-sustainable by breeding your own shit.
Yeah.
That would
But
be really nice.
I definitely want to focus on the quarantine aspect of it first, because that's just one thing that most stores just don't seem to do, and I think it's
Right.
super important to do it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's one of Dan's biggest. I think one of the things that makes him so successful is his quarantine process.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Now he went and hired a vet and stuff like that. I don't think you're gonna be able to do
No,
that.
I don't think that's necessary.
But I think that would be great, and maybe to start a saltwater display tank.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Is like I never really did too much with salt, so I don't want to like try to sell people stuff that I'm not 100% comfortable and
Right.
confident that I can explain every detail of it. So once we get my the fish room moved out, I want to at least set up some saltwater tanks and play around with it myself before I try to explain to other people how to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Having some nice display tanks, I think is important to show the
Yeah,
fish in their natural habitat.
yeah,
Um,
that's a nice thing too. Coming into the store, there's two big display windows, and we're gonna have a display tank in each of those. And
nice.
the counter space is gigantic, so we're probably gonna have a couple smaller tanks there showing some stuff. And the
Yeah.
space behind the counter is huge, so we can even put a giant display tank there too.
Awesome. Awesome. A lot of outlets for like refrigerators for food and stuff like that.
There's not a whole lot, but there's enough. Like behind the counter, I think there's honestly more outlets behind the counter than there is out in the store. It's crazy. But I mean, if we're just running a central air system and water, I mean, we don't really need a
Yeah.
whole lot of outlets out there except for like lights.
Yeah. The heck was I about to say? Something that's hard to get these days are frozen foods.
Yeah, I can get them. But a lot of them have like a pretty high minimum you have to get. You have to
Yeah.
get a good bit at one shot.
Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. That sucks. Um. No, that's really exciting though. I hate that it's so far away from me though.
Yeah.
Like, all the good places are far away from me. I don't even really have that many crappy places near me. I just don't have any.
And that's how we are too. Like we got a Petco and a PetSmart, which can't even really count most of them. I don't know how they are at your area, but our area, I'm scared to buy anything from them.
Yep.
You got that fish place is like an hour north, and you got House of Tropicals about a little over an hour south of us. The closest place is it's called Just for Pets. It's in Dover, and they're about 18 miles away. They're like a general pet store, but the owner, that's actually a childhood friend of mine, and he messages me with fish questions. So he doesn't do a whole lot with fish. So this is basically perfect for the surrounding area because we don't have anything like it.
How far is it from your house?
Maybe 10 minutes.
That's not bad at all.
Not at all, no.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's catch up in chat because I'm sure there's some questions for you. Let's see here. So Alshon asked, is it going to be fish only? Are you going to do a lot of dry goods and stuff? Or
so we were tossing that idea around, and especially now because I remember Martin and Lisa telling me that there's like no money in dry goods. I'm like, well, I'll see it. Sure shit. I get these wholesale accounts selling, and I text Martin right. I'm like, I don't know how you guys make money on dry goods because the markup is terrible. Like, especially for aquariums, because we're talking about just not even carrying aquariums. We might carry like the specs and like the all-in-ones, but most of the places, the wholesale price for aquarium, like just bare bottom glass aquariums, is the same or more than Petco and PetSmart's retail. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like I would honestly probably be better off going to a 50% off deal at Petco and getting my store tanks than going through a wholesaler. And now the one I'm working with said that they do like special pricing for stores just opening up for their tanks. But otherwise, if I was just getting tanks to sell in the store, I might make like 40 breeder, for example, I'd make $8 compared to like Petco's retail. It's crazy. Right. It's not even worth it.
But the only thing is if you get that family coming in that wants to get a tank, you can, sell the whole package,
And that's right where that is too. Yeah. It's like you sell them the tank so they come back and buy your fish pretty much.
Right. And all the startups sell them the filter and the gravel and all that crap.
And that puts a whole different perspective from doing like the sponsorships for the class. I'm like, or like when people like they didn't want to really donate like dry goods, and now I get it. I'm like, well, you guys aren't making any money on it.
Yeah. Myrtle came in late. He wants to know how big the store is.
4,333 square feet.
Not to be exact. Um,
That number just sticks. It's just so easy to remember.
did Matt donate memberships as well? Did I miss that? I'm sorry. I don't think I missed it. Okay. Um, and Matt, I think there's a problem with the gifted memberships because yesterday or whenever it was, we had 10 gifted memberships, and I don't think they got taken up. Did you see the system at Reef to Riff before they closed?
I remember Scott came and did a presentation on it, but I don't remember. I think his was like a central system though. Like I think he ran his through the back and went through like UV sterilizers and all that.
Okay. If you click on the 20 gifted memberships, where did I don't know where that happened. I missed that. I'm sorry. Okay. Is on. There was an issue on Mexicali's stream last night as well, and mine as well. Okay. I think a lot of stores don't quarantine is because that ties up a lot of capital costs. Most store owners are trying to flip the fish in a decent amount of time to build capital.
Which is true, and you see it a lot. Like people get them right from the wholesaler right into the show tank, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I know like Super Cichlids has their like you can buy them out of their display tanks or whatever, or like their store tanks, but they'll have stickers on saying they're under quarantine till this date, and they kind of encourage you not to. But if you want to buy them, you can. I'd rather just have a system right in the back, just quarantine it, watch it, and I don't want to sell something to somebody that I'm not 100% confident is going to be healthy for them.
Yeah. Individual tanks or a rack system?
It's gonna be rack system with individual like sponges going into each tank. I have the breakdown. It's gonna be 18 10 gallons, 36 20 longs, 120 20 highs, and 168 40 breeders broken into like 10 sections.
Holy hell!
Yeah.
Why 20 highs though? I hate that.
Well, I was looking at the store is a little weird laid out. So it's actually like when you go in, you have going up the side walls. There's actually divided sections. So like you have a 12-foot section, a 6-foot section, a 12-foot section, and another 6-foot. So and we can't really rip it out because it's all like part of like the structure and everything. So I was taking all these tank measurements and drawing up some mock racks, trying to figure out like what can I get in there that's going to fit them. Originally, I saw 12 feet. I'm like, oh shit, I could just do 340 breeders. But I wasn't taking into consideration the 1/8 inch you get from the trim, so that threw that idea out. So if I do 20 highs on their long ways, I can fit in the 12-foot sections. I can fit 30 20 highs in a 12-foot section. Okay. So that's why I went with them.
And no big tanks?
40 breeder is going to be the biggest one. Another reason for that because like looking at my wholesale list now, the fish aren't going to be terribly big anyway for the most part. And I'm not planning on carrying anything that gets too huge. Like I'm not going to carry arowanas, red-tailed catfish, stuff that people really shouldn't be keeping anyway.
But how about a display tank?
Oh, the display tanks, it's going to be in the front. 2 windows going to do 75s. Okay. And I'm not sure what we're going to do. We could literally put in like a 10-foot tank behind the counter. But that's going to be down the road. That's not going to be an initial investment, but we'll see what happens there. Definitely some smaller display tanks on the counter because the counters, it's like 3 counters in one, and we don't need the outer 2 sections, so they might just be display tanks too.
Someday you might though.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know. Let's see. Can gift not on? I got one to stream I didn't even watch once, but if you are able to do it, that would be awesome. Yep. Yeah, shipping the frozen food is a lot.
Yeah.
We have a Petco. We have Petco and Petco in same town. Okay. Once per channel. Moose is supposed to be for each channel. My cost on a 10-gallon is $20 wholesale.
Yep.
Jesus. Not worth it.
Yeah. I think right now 40 breeders are on sale for my wholesale and they're still $112.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Dry goods don't make a lot of money, right? Moose, I think when you accept gifts, all channels. Oh, look who's here!
Scott and Liz.
Thank you, Scott, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you, Scott. I miss you. and your beautiful bride, of course. You're doing amazing photography work. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. And maybe you'll be able to swing by Morgantown, PA in a couple weeks. We would love to see you. You could be the photography judge.
There you go.
Good to see you, Scott. Let's see. That's why Cuboid only has specialty tanks. No Aqueon, Marine One, or Sephora. They got a couple, I think. They keep a very small selection, if I remember correctly. Like just a few of each. Which I think is I think it's a good idea just to have a few. Yeah, there we go. See? But selling dry goods and setups is where you start building those relationships with the customers.
Yeah. We have plenty of room for dry goods already laid out too. So I mean we do have the space to do it. We're just gonna be very selective of what we carry.
Yeah, for sure. Here's an important one. Do you have a tentative opening date?
If everything goes super smoothly, I'm looking at November.
That's quick.
Well, so that's the crazy thing too. They wanted us to give us they wanted to give us the first month free and then be open the second month. So technically September is our opening month. They wanted us to open in October. I'm like, there's no way in hell, man. There's no way to put a whole fish store together with that many tanks and everything. Got to build the racks, get all the stuff in. You got to drill the tanks, run all. There's no way. But I told him, like, am I going to get penalized for this? He goes, no, you'll just have to pay that month's rent. I'm like, well, that's fine. If you're not going to penalize me or do anything to me, I don't care.
Right. Be better to take your time and do it the right way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. There has been 30 gifted in here today. Well, thank you, everyone. Mark, Fishy, Link, and I think that's supposed to be Nona. Thank you so much, everyone, for the gifted memberships. I wish it was working. Matt, they changed the wording on gifted memberships to all like Scottie the Fish Freak. It's bugged. And yes, Alshon, there we go. Right there. There he is. Paul Sotera, welcome. You sell the food and other assorted dry goods as a convenience to your customers that makes you a small profit, but gets the customer relationship going.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Sweet rack system. Quarantine minimum for a fish store.
I always think 2 weeks.
Guarantee your fish for a short period. Okay. Huh. Maybe you could get the Aqua Spin from API and sell that as well. The service. The Callie's little water tester machine.
Oh, gotcha.
Then you can, I think you got to pay for it, but then you sell the water testing.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that's what, what's it? Hidden Reef does it, I think.
Oh, okay.
A shrimp section. There you go.
We do have one. We're calling it, so like we're really like dorky, and we came up with like these like clever little names for the sections. So we actually are gonna have one called the Crustacean Station because we're cute as hell like that.
Nice. That's probably Tara's thinking.
You would be surprised. Tara came up with the name of the store 100%. We sat out on the deck. We had a notebook. I'm like, all right, let's do this. She goes, Fish and Friends. Like, well, we're done here because I'm not going to beat that. But actually, the little names for the stores I came up with because I am cute as hell. Yeah, it's going to be 8 sections along the side, 4 sections on each side. Then down the middle is going to be like it's going to be the main. It is going to be mainly cichlids just because there's so many species. But like one side's going to be old world, one side's going to be new world. And I am going to have a designated killifish section just for you, Scottie.
I was going to say, there's 1,000 different species of killies.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how few are actually available from wholesalers. And a lot of them from my one wholesaler, it's like 95% of them is only males.
Yeah. But buy from hobbyists.
Oh, that's definitely going to be a huge part too. Definitely going to work with a lot of local hobbyists.
Those killies put out a lot of eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. And Myrtle, like, where have you been? We've talked about this. Yes, there will be 2 display tanks in the front of the store that you can see from the mall hallway.
Yep.
My answer was questioned. Answered. There you go, Myrtle. Good grief. Who wants to help me hold Myrtle down? He really needs an upgrade. Oh God. There you go. That's a good idea from Tom.
I definitely want to get into that.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
There you go. Perfect.
Scott, send me a message. We could, if you'd be willing to be a judge, I'll tell you, what was it? 2 years ago, you and Lonnie were judging, and that was a good time. Or no, it was Alan. Was it Scott and Alan? Yes.
It could have been all three of them.
They were all in there. It was when it was in the bistro.
I think all three of them were judging that year.
Yes. But the two of them were together. I think it was Alan and Scott were together.
That would make sense.
But I need some more judges, so that would be very helpful. Not to put you to work the first time I see you in a couple years, but look at this idea.
So that was actually something I did toss around. And back when we're going to eventually do saltwater, it would actually be good for club meetings. But I also don't want to pull that fish place like they did the ACLC is let you guys go there. Then all of a sudden be like, well, now I need this space and now I have to go find somewhere else. So that was definitely one of the first things I thought of in there.
Yeah. Mickum, welcome. Is Blake opening a store? Yes, he is. Gonna head out. Just wanted to say hi and congratulate Blake. Thank you for stopping by,
thanks,
Scott. I really appreciate it. Oh, Lordy. All right, here we go with these stupid cichlid names. You should see my something.
Yeah, I heard we got.
Moose locally, it's a bag to bag at the local fish store. Fish Factory has the aqua spin.
Okay.
Most killies are not wholesaled. Nope, but you can get them from the hobbyist.
Yep, definitely intend to.
Only killie I've seen is the golden panchecks. Yep. Channel members could get views of all the potential houses you look at and a reception house after you move in. It's a stressful process. It really is. It sucks. Keith is willing to be a judge. Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you gonna be able to leave your vendor space though? Or you're gonna have your son, won't you? Now that I think about it. SKS Scandinavian Killifish Show south of Copenhagen next weekend. I cannot attend, but have friends who can bid on some fish if I want to. Lucky. The devil has one of the prettiest snail demons in his club. Yes, thank you to the devil for joining the ACLC today. How many entries are there for the marine competition at the Clash? I don't think any. Jake can run it for a small time. Keith, give me your top 5 classes to judge. So Blake, what have you've been in there? What, a week, 2 weeks? What have you already accomplished in there?
Oh, we actually just got in this past Friday, but well, we basically moved all the fixtures that were like when they left, they just left. Left these huge ass tables there. We moved all them to the back. Took all the lettering down, took all the shelving down, and we started painting. For whatever reason, they had these panels way up top, and the guy picked the brightest line. Like if you look at Keith's KJE logo, that color all around the store, and it just like clashed with everything. It's like right against like light wood paneling and stuff. So we went back and started painting all that green black. We got about half the first coat done on half the store. So tomorrow after work, we'll probably go and do the first coat on the other half. And then over the rest of the week, go back to do a second coat and hopefully be done. Jeez. But then it's hoping to get a wood delivery so I can start building all the racks because that's going to take some time. And then
you got to paint them all.
Yeah. But then on Wednesday, one of the sales reps from one of the wholesale company wants to meet us. So they're coming out to meet us at the store at 4. And then next week, we actually got invited to a trade show out in Atlantic City. So we're going to go to that one day. So, yeah, it's starting to feel real.
Wow. and I mean, you'll be able to do a lot of networking at the Clash too, because there's some uh, bigger companies coming
Oh,
as well.
definitely, yeah.
And heck, you might be able to get some deals. Like, I mean, the Chris Layton's going to be there, and he's bringing a lot of equipment from his fish room because he's breaking it down.
Oh, okay.
To tank them in or something. He's actually calling it like a bazaar because he's gonna have so much stuff. I think he got 2 vendor spaces.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, so he's gonna have a lot, and I mean, heck, if you got the space at home to house some fish in the meantime, you might be able to get some breeders and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And yeah, like Laura just said, you can get shrimp from Grant Eater and Mark Shelley.
Yeah.
While
that's what I was gonna say. That's one thing on these lists that surprised me. You would be amazed at how much stuff is out there, and these fish stores just don't get it in. I don't. Like, you go to a lot of these stores. I mean, granted, you have some stores like Super Slick always has different stuff, and when Reef the Riff was open, but most of your stores, they have the same stuff all the time, and it's amazing how much is out there. It's crazy. I mean, with the list I have now, I probably have 500 species at least that I could get, between 500 and 1,000 species. It's amazing. And people just get the same old stuff. It blows my mind.
Yeah, but I mean, you'll have Laura herself. She of course didn't include herself, but Laura will be there. Grant will be there. Mark Shelley will be there. Crypt Keeper will be there. I mean, there's some of the top shrimp people.
Oh, right, definitely, there. Yeah.
And even if you just get like 10 of each and put them at your house in 5-gallon tanks to hold them, by the time you open the store, you'll have colonies to sell.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Nice. Hit up Cali to get an API rep. There's going to be an API rep at the Clash. They have a vendor booth this year. Misa, hi Scottie, congratulations, Blake.
Thanks.
What mall is your shop going to be in?
North Hanover Mall. It's right in the center of Hanover, PA.
Okay. Blake, if you need Fritz info, hit me up. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then who else do we have in the fish fam that supplies wholesalers or retails? So you got Keith. You'll be able to get in contact with API. Grant, both Grants, Grant Eater and Grant Crayfish Empire. The Farrells, Brienne.
Oh, really?
They cuboids live foods come from them.
Oh, okay.
But that's something that you can do that yourself.
Yeah.
You set up an area in the back, just culture your own live foods and sell them.
Yeah, eventually I'll definitely do that.
There you go. Keith can supply you with easy caves.
Oh, okay.
Chip and pretzels. Not exactly sure what Laura's talking about there. Here we go. I can hook you up with some Caradinas at the Clash. Won't have any Neos with me. Why the hell not? What in the world is this? Look into the Russians who drive around the Northeast in a van selling fish. Adam buys from them. He's serious.
Is that Angelfish Paradise? Well, no, he changed his name. It's like Amazonia now. Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought they changed the name. I didn't know they separated.
That's why it's not coming.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, for sure. Who drive around the Northeast in a van. Adam buys from them. Also, wholesaler Fish in somewhere in New Jersey. Adam and Lisa buy from them.
Okay. Yep, that was one of the places I definitely want to check out too.
Yeah,
it's cool too because you can either have them shipped to. I think they ship to people like every 2 weeks, or you can actually just drive up and get your own stuff. And they're about a 4-hour drive. But I mean, if I take 4 hours back, I mean that's 8 hours worth of work anyway. So it's like a work in a day.
Yeah,
just got to get out of where I'm at now.
Steve knows where that is, so he'll be there.
Oh, awesome.
The Russian dude is a shyster. um, the Russians have the good stuff. You're gonna have to get yourself a creeper van now. I mean, you're gonna be, going to the airport for fish and stuff.
That's what we were talking about. We're talking about trading in the Jeep on something like that.
Because well, look what Martin and Lisa have.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking at too, like a Ford van like that.
A Transit, and they got that trailer too.
Yeah.
That's
speaking of their vehicles, when we were down there that day, we were just talking to Martin, and I brought him about his Tesla. He started going nuts. He let Martin Hober let me drive his Tesla. It was the scariest moment of my life.
I don't even want to drive a Tesla.
Oh, dude, it was the coolest thing.
No.
I don't like new cars at all. I hate new cars. My newest vehicle is an 07, and I think it's too new, but that thing was so cool. It is fast as hell.
I just don't like Teslas either. So, yeah. Mark Shelley and TGOE can provide all the Neos for the Clash. I don't currently have enough. I'm disappointed in you, Crypt. Hanover, Snyder's of Hanover, chips and okay.
That's but we told my one buddy we were starting a story. He goes, you should call it fish and chips, just because of the chips for Hanover. Because in Hanover, the town's actually labeled. If you look it up, the snack food capital of the world.
Oh, wow.
We have so many snack food plants around us.
And Vibes is eating breakfast for dinner. All right. So what are the next steps after you paint?
After we paint, hopefully we'll have the wood in. We can start building the racks out. I'm going to have my buddy come in and check out, see what he can do plumbing wise to get that, what the hell am I talking? The carbon block put in.
Yeah.
We'll be at the trade show, not this week, but next week. So hopefully that means we can get an order in for our tanks and have them start showing up, and got a lot of painting tanks and drilling in them. And it's going to just be a lot.
You're drilling them?
Yeah. Cause I mean, trying to do automatic water or trying to do water changes on 342 tanks. That's a little time consuming.
Yeah, I guess so. Wow. It's a shame you couldn't have done this a couple weeks ago. You could have gotten a lot of stuff from Karen.
Yeah. That's the cool thing now. She's probably someone I could buy from too for the store. She's only about 45 minutes from me now.
Oh, nice. All right. The only other thing I wanted to bring up is, Blake, do you have any show tips for people in the chat that are going to be entering fish in the show?
I never really did a whole lot with showing fish. I got into it a little bit. Biggest thing, and we're at that point now, definitely, if you haven't already, you definitely want to separate those fish into their own tank, as small of a tank as you can get them in. You don't want to be taking a 3-4-inch fish and trying to shove it in a 10-gallon. It's not going to show well. Get that thing down into a 5-gallon or even like a 3-gallon critter keeper. Change that water as frequent as you can. Feed them the best food you can get, live foods like Scottie mentioned. Get those colors up, and we basically want to treat them like, I know a lot of people say play like loud music and stuff around. Get them used to a lot of foot traffic if they're not used to it.
Yeah,
but then your transportation is not too much of that. The bigger fish, I know, are more of a pain, but
right.
That's about it. Basically, the big thing you want to do right now, when you got about 2 weeks left, is conditioning as much as you can.
Nice. All right. Well, congratulations, Blake. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thanks for the super chats. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you. I'm off until Wednesday, or I go back Thursday. So I'm sure I'll do some more pop-ups over time. I'm off, but I don't have much of a life, so no sense in not doing anything, All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a good one.
See you guys.